Rawiri Waititi.
Kia ora, tēnā koe te tuahine. Tēnā koe me tēnei pire. Me taku aroha nui, ko hoki mai rā koe ki te whare nei. It's nice to see you back. It's nice to see you back and strong, and this bill we will be supporting also. It's nice to hear all the corridor around the place, and I'm glad that Andy wants to make sure that he can fix his Saab or the BMW that he's got in his garage. Those European vehicles, they're very, very difficult to fix, and I know you've got a garage full of them. To fix those vehicles, and we want to make sure that the legislation is in place to ensure that you're not parking that BMW or that Bentley or whatever other vehicle you've got in your garage there to ensure that, we've got to go to Germany to get the parts or whatever. These European vehicles are very difficult to fix, just like the European system we're working in, Madam Speaker. But Section 42 also, the opt-out of repair is also an issue, and I think, this piece of legislation is a good piece of legislation. I live an hour and a half away from any town, and so when you're living in a rural community and you buy something, you want to make sure that it lasts. Once upon a time, you could buy a Zeta tractor and you could grab a garden hose and put it on that bit there to fix that piece there, and Uncle was always good at fixing things, right? So, it was a smooth transition, but it's not like that anymore, right? You've got to plug something in to tell you where the issue is, and it takes you a very, very long time to get anything fixed, like the old John Deere tractors, and they don't make them like the old Zetas anymore. They don't make them like the old Ford tractors anymore. They don't make them the way they used to make them, where you could fix things, you could go down the shop and get something to fix. But, this puts the responsibility on those who actually sell these products to our people. It's a little bit like my auntie and uncle's marriage, right? 60 years married, and I said to my auntie, how did that last? And she said, these days, when something's broken, you just throw it away, go down the shop and get another one. But she goes, and nowadays, you fixed it. And so it's nice to be able to look at a bit of legislation that ensures the people that buy a product know that they can get it fixed. That they can get it fixed, you can get that product. It's like your bloody iPhone, Your iPhone, you've got to buy the phone and then they sell the cord separately. And then there's a different guarantee for the cord that is with the phone, it's all that type of stuff. So look, we're looking at supporting this particular bill because I think it's a good and it's sane. We don't have to look at the detail. Let's go to the select committee and deal with the detail. And sort it out there and make sure that we get the things that we want in there to ensure that these products, right? And as a consumer, I live an hour and a half away from Opotiki, and that doesn't have everything. So I've got to go 2 hours away to Whakatane, which also doesn't have everything, right? So I've got to go 3 hours to either Rotorua or Tauranga. So this is the reality for people who live in rural places like Cape Whanaway and Whangapraia. If I buy a product, I want to ensure that I can fix it quickly. Otherwise, look, I'm weeks out, months out from continuing to do that, mate. Maybe I'll go and borrow Winston Peters' lawnmower, right? That he wants to make sure he can get the part for. But I doubt if I'll get it. And I doubt if he'll get it after some of the rhetoric today. But look, this bill will help to reduce waste, specifically e-waste. I'm into that. Aotearoa and Australia produce the highest volumes of e-waste per capita in the world while having some of the lowest documented rates of recycling. Aotearoa produces 99 tonnes of e-waste every year. That's 19.2 kgs per person. You guys are learning something tonight, aren't you? And only 2% of this waste is recycled. Ensure that consumers have the ability to repair their product will help to lower our e-waste production and raise our recycling rates, erasing the burden on our whenua. So we're into protecting our whenua, we're into protecting our people, and I think this bill does both. So I commend you, Marama, ngā mihi nui kia koe mo tēnei pire. Look, I was just blown away also with New Zealand First supporting it. And so I think we'll be going to the select committee with this bill to go down and drill down into the deeper parts of this bill. Not like these miserable fellas over here, miserable. They're not even looking at how they can support people or the whenua. I commend this bill to the House. Kia ora tātou.
I know exactly what Rawiri is talking about because one thing I love about my Husqvarna chainsaw 372 XP, for those wondering, it's a 72cc engine. One thing I love about it is I can go down to my local mechanics and go, hey, do you have this circlet that I can use to repair the clutch? Or do you have this part? Or do you have this part? And they usually have these parts because they're universal parts. So it's awesome. And having this bill in place will help to enforce that freedom to fix your own shit without having to send it off to a Husqvarna dealership. Especially when you're out in forestry, you don't have time to go to the Husqvarna dealership. They close at like 5 p.m. You're busy. You're fucking knackered. You're out in the bush, out until like 5 p.m. You got to drive all the way back home.
Get to them.
Yeah, it's like I don't have time to go into town to a Husqvarna dealership. I'm in the middle of nowhere, chopping up trees. I don't have time. I don't have a mechanic to come out here.
Like it comes to like parts of European cars. This is the one that really rubs my back up the wrong way. Like my friend Tully went to get a clutch.
Yep.
And it was estimated it could take between 6 and 12 weeks to come from France to New Zealand for a clutch. And when your clutch goes down your vehicle's immobilized. And it's like the fact that, okay, he has a unique Renault van, but the clutch part is very generic to that brand of car. It is not something that, it's only to his model. It's something like all the Renaults have a very similar type style of clutch that's in there. But like trying to access, say, a Renault clutch was an absolute nightmare. And it's like that with a lot of the European cars. Whereas, if I wanted to get a clutch for my APV, I can have one with an overnight courier from somewhere in the country to my mechanic.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I get so excited when I talk about Husqvarna chainsaws that I choke on my water.
Yeah, so it's definitely on there. I think we're going to call it quits tonight on anything else is in the bill.
Before I die from drowning.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok.